Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hope everybody is doing okay. Good afternoon. I saw this image earlier and was like, yeah, I think that is the perfect piece of media for today. One of the perfect pieces of media for this afternoon is to talk about, certainly the press conference happened today with multiple victims of Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And hey, Claire, good afternoon, beautiful. Like, I still have a little bit of numbness here, so I'm like, keep that hand right there. It helps that side of the lip. Like they say, enough. Hey, Max, how are you? Good afternoon. Hey, Reggie, good afternoon. Yeah, so the victims had a press conference that lasted several hours, actually. I watched it. It lasted several hours. Couple of things I want to say. Locally, hey, Rick, good afternoon. Just so y'all know, somebody in government had them fly jets over where they were doing the press conference while they were doing it to try to drown them out. So again, I look at it and I go, wait a minute. If everything's all good and it's nothing, exactly, do twice. And you look at that and you go, if there's nothing to hide, why are so many things working so hard to distract from it? Thank you, Shukri. I appreciate that. So it made me go, there's more here. And then Trump also said, any Republican that signs on for that bill in the House is going to have, they're going to have a problem. I saw this, I heard them talk about it, but then I saw this image today. Said if anybody signs on for the release of those files, unredacted, they consider it a hostile act. And you got to look and go, why would that be hostile? Why would it be hostile for Trump? Doesn't make sense, right? It's someone bigger than Trump, but it's also Trump. Trust me. You don't work this hard just to protect other people. Not Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a narcissist. He is a narcissist, okay? He is a narcissist. Narcissists do not work hard to protect anybody but themselves. He may want to protect somebody that he knows, but ultimately, he wants to protect himself. Just note, ultimately, this is about Trump protecting Trump and nobody else. If other people get protected in the process, he'll accept that, but he's protecting him. Yo, Trump in them files real deep, Reggie. Real deep. That's why he's so concerned about the process continuing to go. Keep going. He doesn't want the information, but he campaigned on it. So I like how those victims made that clear today. Trump campaigned on this. Trump campaigned on this. So why doesn't he want to release the files? He needs to release them. And then, did y'all hear what Mike Johnson said this afternoon? Hold on, I'm going to find his exact statement. Let me see. Oh, I see some stuff. Hold on, something happened. Well, this afternoon there was a vote in the House for them to continue their investigation. Now they claim it's a better alternative than Thomas Massey's legislation, but I disagree. I'm gonna tell you something. Comer is fighting hard for his committee that he chairs to keep reviewing this. That's because Comer wants to hide it and push things down. See, Massey at this point, Massey he's jumped the shark. So Republicans know that, and they know that Massey will work with Democrats, and they'll end up exposing something that Trump doesn't want exposed. Let me stop for a second and say good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Good afternoon. I had put in my story status that actually I wouldn't be live until tomorrow morning, but I was like, no, I have to talk about a couple of these things that happened today, because today was insane, So, I wanted to say, don't forget the new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast pops today, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and in today's episode that you're gonna be able to hear, I talk specifically about the us being this lost generation, like who raised us, meaning how it wasn't just our family, it was also a community, and how we were raised shapes who we are now, and it also shapes how we look at young people. I think that you'll enjoy the episode, so check it out. It'll be available on Patreon, Spotify, YouTube. For those members of Patreon and the Circle Tiering Up, you already have access to this episode. Everybody else, you will have access at 7 p.m. tonight Eastern Standard Time. So check it out. I wanted to tell you, make sure you tap that like button in the live. I appreciate that. It helps to elevate my live. And if you could hit that copy link button, you don't even have to send it to anybody, but copy link counts as a share, and it helps with TikTok to boost my live. So I appreciate that. Good evening, storyteller, and good evening to each and every one of you. Hey, Miss Sips T, I see you as well, beautiful. Good evening, good evening. So the press conference. I thought the press conference was really good. It really was. It was a great press conference. The individuals, the women, explained their situations clearly and succinctly. What stood out to me was one particular story when the young lady talked about she was only in 8th grade. 8th grade. When she was approached. Dropped out of school before 9th grade because she was working doing that so much. She needed money. They took it, they took advantage. She's a child. The only reason why she was out was because she aged out of it. They told her she was too old. That was crazy. And to think about it, you hear those stories from those victims, yet Donald Trump administration, you might as well say Trump, right? Because it's not happening if Trump don't want it to happen. Ghislaine Maxwell was moved from a medium security prison, in Florida to a low security prison in Texas. She's on a work release program. Whatever happened to protecting children? All of a sudden, a lot of Republicans don't care about protecting children. So they love fetuses, but don't like children. Okay. Make it make sense. He absolutely positively got to be in them files somewhere. Who works this hard to stop them from being exposed if they're not in them? That's the only thing I'm asking. Who works this hard to do that if they're not in them? A president wouldn't bother himself with such a thing. if he wasn't in them. So it got me thinking, hey, he must be in them. And quiet as kept, we know that he's in them because reports were already that the FBI had over 1,000 agents work to redact Trump's name from the files. Now, Congress has released a couple files that they have gotten. Some of the pages are fully redacted, but what I want y'all to know is this. What Congress is getting is nothing more than what's already out there publicly. I shared the link before on my Patreon. Y'all see that lip? It just go all the way over there. Yeah, just do that thing. Like crisscross. He's done a lot of things to be removed from office. You're absolutely correct. But the thing is, Republican leaders in the House and the Senate, they agree with Donald Trump. And Clara, you make a good point. As a reminder, don't forget to contact your elected representative. Whether you voted for them or not, they still represent your district that you live in. They still represent you. Contact those people and let them know that you don't like what's happening. Let them know you don't like it. Yep, Trump is using the government as his personal lawyers, personal bank, personal security. A judge just said it's unconstitutional, it's against the law for the feds to come into California like they did, because it's essentially making it like the president has his own police force in which he's the chief. Now, if Joe Biden had done that, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, any Democrat had done that, Republicans would be, you would have to install fainting couches everywhere. Republicans everywhere. Oh my God, they're trampling all over the Constitution. Trump does it, they say nothing. Trump does it, they absolutely, positively say nothing. They just go, well, I don't like what's happening, but, you know, it's the president and I trust him. Huh? Okay, Henry, thank you for letting us know that you like boys. We appreciate it, but we're not into that. Bye, Henry. Don't forget to write. You came in loud and wrong. Yeah, if Biden did it, they would have freaked out. They would have freaked out if Biden did that. But because Trump did it, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. Everyone should be bothered by it. It's not something you should ignore. It's not something that you should pretend is normal behavior. That stuff's not normal. It's completely not normal. It looks extremely illegal. But Republicans and Donald Trump have normalized it. Hey, Miss Fifi, good afternoon. So that's where we are now. So Republicans are trying to avoid Thomas Massie and I think it was Raya Khan. I never say his name right. The other representative, I think he's out of California. Yeah, I have my water. Look. Is that the president coming? Wait a minute. Yeah, I got my water. But yeah, sending a flower during a press conference of Epstein survivors is what? Exactly. I'm like, if he's so innocent, why is all this stuff happening? I told y'all I don't believe in coincidences. Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all that? I said I do not believe it. In Washington, coincidences don't happen. Anything you see is fucking purposeful or somebody fucked up. One of the two. You either see it on purpose or somebody fucked up. That's the only way you know about it. Yeah, Rick Connor, that's his name. Yeah, he's from California. That's the only way you really, genuinely, really know it. But there are no coincidences in Washington. Okay? Don't let those elected officials lie to you, because that's a whole bold-faced lie. There are no coincidences in Washington, D.C. Okay, now you say, what's up with Marjorie Taylor Greene? I'm glad you mentioned Marjorie. I know y'all were like, why is Marjorie there? Why is Lauren Boebert there? I know y'all antenna was up. Well, see, y'all forgot. They ran on that. See, you forgot. They ran on exposing the Epstein stuff and the files. They ran on that shit. And they still believe it. And I'm glad that they do. I'm glad that they do. So that's why you see them still there, because they don't want to look like hypocrites, not to MAGA, because there is some MAGA and a lot of Republicans asking for those files too. It's not just liberals. See, Trump will say that, but he's lying. I see the stories. I hear what they're talking about. It's conservatives who want those files too. Because quiet is kept. It's a whole bunch of them that don't really like what Trump is doing, but they too shook and scared to push back against it. So they're looking for a way to get it, to be able to push him out of there. I told y'all JD don't have the pull that Trump has with Republicans. They'll listen to JD, but only so much. He don't have the pull and influence that Donald Trump has. JD wishes he has it, could have it, but he doesn't. That's what Donald Trump has. Donald Trump got that secret sauce that JD wishes he had. Hey, Miss Jackie. Good afternoon, beautiful. Not a couch joke. Listen. JD is forever synonymous with somebody's furniture. I bet you Ashley Furniture hate to see JD's ass coming. Ashley Furniture be like, lock the doors, lock the doors. I'm like, chill. I wouldn't want to see him coming. I wouldn't. But yeah, Trump is a master manipulator. He is, but JD is not. That's what JD is not. JD Vance is not a master manipulator. JD Vance is a sheep. You understand? JD Vance is a sheep. He goes along to get along. Not Couch Casanova. Storyteller, there's no comparison. Of course, it's leather. It's softer. Too much unnecessary friction with that pleather. But you can get that butter soft leather, in a lot of places. That's all I'm saying. Say it again, Tiffany. He see an Ashley Furniture commercial, he'd be like, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Wife, like, the fuck is going on? How come every time a furniture commercial come on, this guy's out of here? What's really happening? What's really happening? But I tell you, when I see all of this stuff that's happening, again, I'm not surprised, but I'm telling you, Trump is not going to leave anything for JD to do. Like, Trump is not going to leave office for JD. Trump's not going to lay down for JD. He's not going to defer power to JD. You saw Trump. You saw him yesterday. His ego is not going to let him do that. The only way JD Vance gets in power, something else had to happen. Because otherwise, Trump is going to be president. Even if it meant that they, like I told you, even if it was weekend at Bernie's. I told you, I said it's kind of like Grandpa from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Grandpa was still alive. He couldn't do a whole lot, but he was still alive. That's Trump. Mike can't do everything that you want him to do, but he can do what he needs to do. He can do what he needs to do. Oh, you said what's going on with Trump? Oh, his legs are swollen from that condition known as Epstein distraction. Yeah, JD just is going to continue to be a puppet for Peter Thiel. JD is not an independent thinker. JD pretends that he is, but he isn't. JD is a good little boy, and he's going to do exactly what the rich billionaires want him to do. That's what he's going to do. He's going to do exactly what they want him to do. He always has done what he's told it, because JD is ambitious, see. JD Vance kind of reminds me of Paul Ryan. Y'all remember Paul Ryan, right? Paul Ryan had hopes of becoming vice president and hopes of becoming president one day because he figured he could piggyback that into becoming president. It didn't work out for Paul Ryan. Now, where I will give Paul Ryan credit is when Trump came to town, Paul Ryan figured out pretty quickly, I like to politic, but not like this. You don't remember Paul Ryan? Look, it's hard to remember. Look, some of us are like, I've never seen that man a day before in my life. Yeah, Paul Ryan left and became a lobbyist. I knew you were joking. He went to go do other things. So he's still making money now. He's still making money. But he left Washington. Paul Ryan said, I'm not getting caught up in that. And notice you still don't hear Paul Ryan say anything. See, Paul Ryan waiting for post-Trump. I'm telling you, Paul Ryan gonna come back. He gonna come back like a bad rash. Guarantee it. Paul Ryan just waiting. He's just waiting. Because Paul Ryan will be able to say, you don't have no videos, no articles, no nothing of me endorsing Donald Trump or Trumpism or MAGA or none of that. None of that. Guaranteed. Because he was this close before. People like that don't just go away. I guarantee you, Paul Ryan's going to come back again. Jill Stein's ass going to come back again too, just so y'all know. Right about now, Jill Stein, you can't find her ass nowhere. You understand? You can't find her ass nowhere. But it's the same way every 4 years. She come peeking out like a crypt keeper. Every 4 years, you want somebody else to... I'm looking to tear up the election again. Only when it's Democrats, though. Even though I claim to be a Democrat, I only just want to tell you Democrats are not for you. I'm not going to say nothing about Republicans. Ciao. Sarah Palin not coming back. Nah, Sarah Palin not going to come back. Because I'm going to tell you, Sarah Palin is still salty with the Republican Party. Of she should be. But she's still salty with the party on how they pretty much abandoned her. They pretty much abandoned her and left Sarah Palin exactly where she was before, in Alaska. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Pence doesn't try to run again. But the problem that Mike Pence has is age. His affiliation with Trump before will always be the thing that's going to make it so he'll never win as president. That'll never happen for him. Never. He's done. But I'm telling you, Paul Ryan's going to come back. Paul Ryan's coming back. I know he's coming back. He's coming back. And I say he's coming back because he went away and you never saw him again. I feel like John Boehner going to come back too. I used to love Blue-Eyed Boehner. I used to love him. Yeah, Paul was handsome. He was a little wiry, a little skinny. I like mine's thick, like they say. People say I'm thick. They say I look like Janet Jackson. Lies. I like Wes Moore, but Wes Moore would never win as president. I'm going to tell you who I used to like, but I would never vote for a Republican anymore. I used to like Governor Ehrlich. We used to have Bob Ehrlich. I used to really like him. He would have made a great president. But the problem is he's a Republican. Man, Boehner used to love to cry. That's why I loved me some John Boehner. That's why I love John Boehner so much, because it didn't take nothing for John Boehner to cry. I would watch State of the Union addresses and stuff like that just to watch John Boehner. Just to watch him. And he just crying and clapping and them baby blue eyes just baby bluing. I miss me some John Boehner. Now, y'all know what John Boehner's doing now, right? Do you guys really know what he's up to now? Because I know what John Boehner's up to. And now that I think about it, now Boehner ain't going to come back to D.C. because of what he is up to. Well, John Boehner is in the medicinal herb business. I'll say it like that. Dispensing things. Yeah, that is the business that he's in. Yep. And his daughter, hold up, I'm not done. Wait a minute. Everybody's been taken care of. And his daughter, guess what? She married a Rastafarian, a black one. With locks. That was years ago. Shortly after Boehner left office. Shortly after Boehner left office. Because I remember seeing the pictures. Y'all can go research it and look it up. I ain't got a lot to you. Go look it up. I was like, well, I'll be damned. I didn't know Boehner as well as I thought I knew Boehner. Especially once I learned after that, the business that he got into. Boehner's making money hand over fist. So yeah, now that I think about it, he's not going to come back to Washington. He don't need Washington. He making his money. He good. Man, MGD is so many people doing so many bids for the same thing. That's what I said. It's crazy where we came from to where we are now, right? Now it's like a grocery store. You said, I guess it kind of does put a damper on family dinners if you're supporting people who want to. And I know what you kind of mean. Without even seeing the rest. But yep, disenfranchise your daughter husband. Exactly. Yep. You're right, very boy. Thank God for Trump. He taught me how to block expeditiously. Bye, beloved. Don't forget to write. It says, what happened to Donald Trump? Was he processed through an air tube? No. You don't see that beautiful glowing skin? That's the healthiest 79-year-old man you have ever seen in your life. What did they say? That's called snatched, honey. You ain't know? That's what they call that. That's what happened if you keep eating at McDonald's. But they say, be careful. I told y'all Trump was in that press conference yesterday with them big old bags under his eyes. You can tell, bruh, I don't know what's been happening the last couple days, but whatever it is, he ain't been feeling well. Them bags was up under them eyes. Like, what? I was like, look at our president. Why his eyes look like that? Why stuff so big like that? I said, goodness. Goodness. I just was so surprised. I didn't expect it. Because honestly, because he talks how healthy he is. Remember, they said he's 6'3", 230 pounds. And I told y'all it was bullshit then, and I still stand by what I said before. It was bullshit then, and it's still bullshit. Somebody coming alive and ask who this is. That's Thor, according to Trump. According to Trump, he was built like Thor. Built like Thor. MAGA is so funny. They come in and they even think with their acronyms I won't know. I read books. I'm like, come on, man. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. No, that announcement was not pre-recorded. That announcement was not pre-recorded. And you know something else about that announcement? Did you notice how the people behind him looked sometimes? The face that they would make sometimes? Because I noticed that. It made me wonder, like, was the face they making because they was catching that backdraft? You know how when you catch somebody backwind? And it's not a good backwind. It's not like a sweet backwind. It's not like ood. It's just ass and It was that kind of situation. Right, Kirby. It was sit down air, but he was standing up. I was catching it. I was like, I was catching it. I was like, why they making that face? That the faces they making right this second don't match with what he's saying. And I was like, oh, he's moving too much. You say I need a moderator. Where's there something that needs to be moderated? I don't see anything yet. Let me know what y'all see, because I'll handle it. Oh, Maria, go make a sandwich, beloved. Bye. I like the edges cut off my bread. I told y'all I don't allow conservative women to come in here. Oh, she gone. Yeah, I didn't see her at first. Yeah, I know she tripping. It's 5:44. It's dinner time somewhere. It's dinner time somewhere. He said, when you speaking in front of a crowd and the people are making faces like that, bad. Exactly. When they're making faces like that and they agree with you, that's your backwind. That's your backwind. I'm doing well, Outlaw. How are you? That's your backwind. That's what that was, because I caught that. I was like, okay. And I know Trump was like, listen, we not going to be up here for hours because my feet can't take that. Y'all know these dress shoes is on super tight. We ain't going to see. And what did I tell y'all? Notice how even for that, you wasn't allowed to see his ankles and feet still. See? Because that time, he walked in, stood in front of the podium, said what he had to say, and then left. You still don't get to see them ankles and those feet. Don't you love that background? Ain't it like, Marco Epstein. It's no hiding. You know what I'm saying? It's no hiding. No hiding. But I knew that Trump wasn't going to stay up there long. I knew because his feet can't handle it. And that's the bottom line. Not Hispanic moms use Vicks for everything. Vicks, listen, I used to use Vicks under my nose with change of Pampers, but then I got expert level. I learned to breathe through my mouth. Because if I can't smell it, I can't taste it. And if I can taste it when I can't smell it, that's real bad. I'm going to just have to eat that joint and change that pamper. Just letting you know. But you know Trump's foot was screaming when he was standing there. I'm telling you, he's stressed about a lot that's going on right now. Because again, he did the press conference yesterday. Today, they tried distractions and all this other stuff today. Everything they can to be a problem. Said Florida Surgeon General says your body, you're right for vaccine. Okay. That's okay. Wow, that's what they're going. Well, I did see something earlier about the V stuff. because I want to make sure I don't say that word too much, because then TikTok will think I'm saying something untrue. California, Oklahoma, Oregon, and Washington State. They are forming an alliance for vaccine recommendations. They're going to buck the federal government because they say that Robert F. Kennedy Jr., which they are correct, does not know what he's doing, don't know his ass from a hole in the wall. So because of that, they're going to make their own state recommendations. And Republicans shouldn't have a problem with that because they're so big on states' rights, you know. They always say that. States' rights, states' rights. That's always the thing that they want to talk about all the time. So they shouldn't have any problem with this situation. It should be okay. That's how I see it. Yeah, you may have to do that, Kiki. Yeah, depending on where you're from. Exactly. RFK Jr. has no medical education, training, nothing. He's just a hack. He's just a hack. And I'm going to show y'all something. Hold on. I'm going to show you something. Because this is who you're taking. Look at his teeth. This is the person that's determining. I'm right here. This is the person that determines who and what kind of care you get with a mouth like that. How he gonna tell you anything? How he gonna tell you anything? Exactly, Clara. Yeah, that's a patch for that there, but right there, that looked like corn right there. That right there, that's corn. That's not no patch. That's something else. That's what that is. That's something else. Trump's entire cabinet is a DEI cabinet. It's full of people who are unqualified to do the jobs that they have been hired to do. Look, his skin looked like an old Coach bag. I'm like, no. But that's the person that says he can tell that America's kids are unhealthy and he can tell what they need. Sir, you can't even tell what you need. What are you talking about? What's LVAD? I don't know where you saw LVAD at. I didn't see anything like that. I'm confused. But again, he's in charge of the nation's health. So yeah, California, Oregon, and Washington State. They're getting together, making an alliance so that they can make the necessary recommendations, they said, to keep their citizens safe. What's that in his mouth? Corn. From a few days ago. Flossing is our friend. I had a dentist appointment today myself. Flossing is our friend. It really is. So who said, so they saying Trump has that LVAD thing? He's had cavities, but them teeth are starting to move away from each other too. They starting to move away from each other. They starting to go, I don't know you. Why are you so close to me? Say it again. Say it again, Zarvis. You certainly can't trust a guy like that. But I'm like, wow, man. This is who is in charge of the nation's health. This. You look at his mouth and you would never think he come from money. Bullshit. That's what you would say. You would say, no fucking way. No fucking way. It's no way. You would say, no, 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 no. He got a lot of money, girl. He got a lot of money. Bullshit. Let me see your grill. Your grill. Because if it looked like that, I don't give a shit what's in the bank account. We're done. And if you're local to the DMV, listen, you know this as well. Dude went swimming in Anacostia River. Come on. Nobody does that. The locals, we know better. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. But he did and took his grandkids too. Cheryl ain't embarrassed. She should be embarrassed that she married him. But she ain't embarrassed of that. So think about it. She look all nice, but that's what she let suck on her face. That's just ugh. I'm not sure what the lesson was supposed to be. I think he was trying to say that it was safe to swim there. The locals were looking at RFK like, you go ahead and do that. We'll watch, but we not doing that. Especially if you born and raised in the DMV, you ain't doing that shit. You not listening to some dude that's not even from here. He might as well go swimming in Blue Plains. And just so y'all know, for those that aren't familiar with it, Blue Plains is the sewage processing plant for the city. I'm just like, he might as well go over there since he decided to go over there and take his grandkids over to the other place. Because nothing else makes any sense to me. It's not logical. It's not logical. Now, I want to tell you about a couple of other things I saw today. We talked about the press conference. And again, that those women want the story to be told, but they also want the files. They want the files. They want them for themselves. I remember from earlier, one young woman said that she needs them because there's certain things she can't even remember. Certain things she can't remember. And so because she can't remember them, she wants the files because maybe it will help in her healing. Oh, they have the files. They have them. But the Justice Department will not release any files that aren't already out there. And they won't release any files that has Trump's name in them. That's not redacted. That's the other thing they won't do. That's the other thing they will not do. Now, I need to mention this to y'all again so y'all don't forget. Y'all know Trump put a pause on the de minimis tariff. You know, that's things for $800 and below. So I don't know if you're going to see it immediately, but that's coming too. And we're not even talking about having a possible reprieve from tariffs until at least October 15th, if we even get it then. Because if Trump files an appeal, we still won't get any relief from tariffs. And frankly, once the tariffs aren't in place in the way that they are right now, those prices that we're paying, they're not going to come down by much. Those companies know they can get the money, and they're going to take their time draining each and every one of our wallets and taking our money. So we're just going to be screwed. Hey, Maribel. Hey, beautiful. We're just going to be screwed. So that's the unfortunate thing. That is the unfortunate thing. Then I read something else about a teacher. There was a teacher who was asked to resign because she had a sign in her classroom that said, "Everyone is welcome here." That's all. It was just a sign that says, "Everyone is welcome here." And it had hands that were in various skin tones, from dark brown to pale pink, right? And she was told to remove it. She refused, so she quit. Because she refused. She quit. So they want to indoctrinate your babies too. They want your babies to hate young. Because all obviously are not welcome. No problem, dude. Thank you so much, beautiful. I'm not going to be here much longer myself because, I'm still recovering from that dental appointment today. The state is, hold on, let me go back up. Let me see where she was. I just know it was in the West Ada School District. Let me see where that is. They're not trying to say. They just keep saying West Ada, West Ada, West Ada. You know what? I'm going to just look it up. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where the school district is. I know the district. Oh, it's in. Oh, no, it's not there. That's somewhere else. Yeah, I just know the school district, but I'm not sure exactly where. Oh, Idaho? Okay, Idaho. And notice you always hear people from Idaho say, "We have so much diversity in Idaho." That doesn't mean that people don't feel the racism. And I guess now they want you to feel the racism. They want you to know. Like, they want you to know. They want you to know. I'm like, y'all, I don't know, man. We're in a bad way, man. We're in a bad way. Between Trump isolating us from all of our allies, starting trade wars, raising all the prices of everything, getting people out of jobs. You do know, Nancy, go fix somebody. Go cook something, Nancy. Bye, girl. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Dang. Nancy came in all loud. You don't know what you talking about. Quiet, liberal acting woman, when you're supposed to be a traditional conservative woman and stuff. Damn. Nobody cares. They do still have sundown towns in Idaho. They still have sundown towns all across America. Hell, they have sundown towns in New York State. There's sundown towns probably almost in every state. I would say, I would caution to say in every state of the union almost. Probably almost all of them. Because they're going to be some little pohick town somewhere where those little dirty po people think they're better than me because they're not black. Oh, okay. I'll check into that and report that because I looked at a video about that. Thank you, Unique Nails. That's what people do, man. They gonna take. I mean, I guess I should feel honored a little bit. I don't know if people stealing my content. If they stealing my content, I should feel honored and stuff. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But sundown towns are still around, and shouldn't be, but they are. That's what's the most unfortunate part. Who is that? LOL, the Joker. No, that's Robert F. Kennedy. That's our HHS secretary. That's the HHS secretary. But I'm moving back over to our guy. So so Trump doesn't want us to know what's in those files. And we won't know. I don't know if we'll ever know everything. Because honestly, I don't trust that all those files are going to be there when Trump leaves office. I tell you, because of what he did the first time. So I really don't expect any better behavior the second go round. You understand where I'm coming from? I expect him to be just as raggedy, if not more raggedy, because he feels emboldened because he got away with it the first time. Yeah, I saw that the victims are going to compile their own list and release their own list. Good. 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 And if people want to say that they're lying and want to sue them, good. Then we can go to discovery. But there's something else more happening. We need to know. If America's so focused on protecting children and protecting women, it should be doing that. And again, where Trump went wrong, he campaigned on it. And tried to insult MAGA because they still want the information. You told them they would give it to them. I agree, Rosalind. If Clinton's in the files, why doesn't Trump release them? Right. So go cook something. Bye, Rosalind. Don't forget to write. They always say Clinton's in the file. Nobody cares. If he is in the files, why won't Trump release the files? Release the files. Go cook something, think. See you next time. I love how y'all talk to each other. I love how the bot accounts try to validate each other in hopes that I won't notice them and think that they're real people. Gotta be quicker than that. Come on. Come on. You've already tried that shit before. Come on. You gotta have some type of new approach or something. You're talking to each other. You probably got the two separate phones. Two accounts logged in on the same computer. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I expect better of y'all. There comes a time when you gotta, what do they say? Step your pussy up. Ain't that what they say? Ain't that what them little youngins say? I'm like, come on. You didn't even try this time. You didn't even try this time. You know? They didn't even try. What do you say? You won't work hard to erase something. Exactly. Nobody works this hard if they're not in those files. Trump's in those files. The Justice Department and the FBI, they wouldn't have had so many people work to redact his name out of the file or to redact information if they weren't trying to cover up something they didn't want all us to know. Because again, if Clinton and all these people were in there, Trump would have released them like yesterday. He certainly wouldn't hang on to them and give cover for Bill Clinton. That would not happen. I guarantee it. Trump would not do that. Because he not even built like that. He ain't even built like that. So I hope that we get answers. But one of my concerns is people who go prowling around this tend to always run into problems. If you know what I'm saying. They always run into an issue later on where you like, what happened to that person? You know, exactly. Trump was going to release his tax records. We still ain't seen them tax records and never will. He lied then and he lied now. And one of the reasons, And I told y'all earlier, one of the reasons why Trump was able to get away with so many of those lies, it was because of the media. The media allowed Trump to just lie, and never held his ass accountable for nothing he said, nothing he did. And had the media held Trump accountable from the very beginning, he never would have been able to tell lies in the way he was able to lie. He never would have been able to tell lies in the way he was able to lie. But he was able to lie in the way he was able to because of the very simple fact, the media just treated it like it was just A-okay. A-okay. And that's why I told y'all got to watch where you get your news. What they say. ... was talking too much. I said you could hang around, but you was talking too much. So I had to boot you. See, that was your third account. See? I was letting you rock. And you was chilling. You was saying your little smart stuff. But bye. I'm like, they do it to themselves every time. They do it to themselves every time. Every time. All he or she, well, I'm sure it's a he, unemployed, living in his mama's basement, mad at women, because, he doesn't understand why a woman wouldn't be interested, in this guy. I got a whole, PS5 and a super gaming computer. I don't understand why women aren't lining up to make me their husband. Yeah, I got Donald Trump sheets, but that's besides the point. No, it's not, beloved. They do too much. I have 2 days. Because see, what did I tell you? Out-troll the troller. When you out-troll the troller, you always win. If you out-troll the troller, you always win. Because MAGA's so used to saying things that offend you. You're so busy being offended that you want to argue with them. I don't argue with them. I agree. I agree and provide even more information for them so they know exactly what they voted for. Because I'm an American. I'm a real patriot. I pride myself on being the patriot that I am. So I make it my damn business to always let them know exactly what they voted for and encourage them to get it too. That's the thing. Encourage them to get it. I was writing something. And I also encourage them to get it. Don't argue with people like that. Let them be. Thank you all for tapping that like button. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. I see you guys tapping it. Thank you so much for tapping that. Like, I like that so much. Thank you. It really helps me out. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Now, as I'm starting to wrap up this evening, I want to check in with y'all to see, did any of y'all remember to check out those companies for the market research studies? If I told you they pay money, I'm going to tell you an experience that happened to me today. Remember I told y'all I signed up, I filled out a questionnaire that I got for a study this morning. Remember when I said I filled out one this morning when I was on the live this morning? So when I got off live, I had a text from a lady that works for one of the companies, and she says, listen, I'm reaching out to you. I saw you completed the questionnaire. Give me a call if you're still interested in doing something. I have some more slots open, but of course, first come, first serve, can't guarantee. Call. Well, by the time I did, it was late afternoon. I forgot about it. Missed out. It was $100. Missed out. So that's why I tell y'all, first come, first serve. All you got to do is go to my website. It's actually a pinned post right at the top of the page. It says make money with studies, and I think I said, what is it? Make money with studies and doing studies and interviews. You can't miss it. These companies, some of them pay cash money, others give you Visa gift cards. And there's no cap to what you can do. So just note, especially you could be having money towards the end of the year in your pocket. I'm not telling you about it because it puts money in my pocket. I'm telling you about it because we got a community here and I'm paying it forward. I'm telling you what I make money doing sometimes, consistently. My kids do it. I know other people who do it. Use it as a means for you to get some extra money in pocket. You could use that money to pay bills. Use that money to take care of stuff. So go over there and check out those links. Also, don't forget, I'm going to pin this post too because I need to pin it. Well, I'm not going to pin it yet. Y'all need to drop your suggestions for September's movie night. I put up a post for that the other day. My website is in my bio. It's straightfactsnofilter.com. You can just go right over there. When you click the link to my website, my Patreon is the first link on my website. There's nothing on that website but my links. Check it out. But make some money for yourselves and for your family. Listen, you got kids 18 and older? Turn them on to this. They can make money with market research studies. They will get paid too. Don't leave them out of it. Let them get some of that money too. Turn on your parents to it. That stuff is free and some of these companies actually have referral programs too, where you can get paid to refer other people. I just didn't use any referral links. I just gave these straight links. Go over there. User interviews is one of the ones where you can make quite a bit of money from. And a lot of user interview studies pay same day. Pay same day. Okay? So I'm just wrapping up because this mouth of mine is still sore. I thank you all for joining me today. Look, we got 91,000 likes. I appreciate that. We got 97 shares. I want to remind you, don't forget the new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast comes out tonight. It comes out tonight. And again, I've told you, I'm talking about, who raised us. How we were not just raised by our parents, but all the different people that had influence on our lives. Yeah, my bio is same as the profile. The link is in my profile. I should have made that more clear. Yes, the bio is my profile. Right in my profile, there is a link. There's only one link. straightfactsnofilter.com. Take that, and then you can go ahead and that will have the link to the Patreon. But I'm telling you, the sooner you sign up for getting paid off those studies, the faster you can. You said, is it only PayPal that I've got to have? You don't necessarily have to have PayPal. It's just some of the places will tell you, like, we pay through PayPal. If that study says we pay through PayPal, then you need a PayPal. If you don't want to use PayPal, then I wouldn't do that study. But most of the time, it's some type of PayPal. Yep, the neighborhood was our village back in the day. And so this talks about the influence of all the people who helped to raise us and shape us into the people that we are today. But it also shapes how we look at young people. And are we fair or unfair in our assessment of them, considering we had a community to raise us? They don't have that. The young people don't have that. They don't have a community to raise them. They don't have what we have. I know they don't. I know what I had, and it was a great thing. It was a great thing. I had a whole community of people that I didn't share blood with at all. Didn't share blood with at all. So, that's the stuff that I think about, and I go, I don't know, man. I, I, I had a great childhood. Most of us did from back in the day. If you're older, most of us had a great childhood because it wasn't just our family, it was the community. Oh, wow, you're the youngest of 10. Whoa. They was getting it in. But it was one thing I can say for sure, we had a great childhood. Yep, I remember having neighbors watch us. I remember it. And I also remember we couldn't do nothing. You just better not get caught cutting up, because if you do, the neighborhood is going to tell your mama. Oh, James. James, you come every time your unblock happens, and you blocked again, beloved. Poor James, he gets so upset that I talk about Trump. That looks like you. Oh, my feelings are hurt. They're not. Jesus. They get so in their feelings, honey. They get so mad with me. It's like, don't be mad with me, James. Don't be mad. Dang. You do all of that, and Donald Trump still doesn't know who you are. If you walked up to him right now, Donald Trump would go, huh? I'm like, what? Look. And then he tried to come back on another account, and I blocked that one too. Poor Tink Tink. Poor little Tink Tink. Poor little Tink Tink. Tell me you're unemployed without telling me you're unemployed. That's the part that gets me the most, because who the fuck got time for shit like this? Somebody unemployed? Because what are we doing? What are we doing? Come on. I told y'all, it's an epidemic in America, and the epidemic in America is weak-ass men. These weak, soft-ass men raised extra, and I don't even want to say girly, because I'm a woman. Women don't even do half the shit these men do these days. Y'all fucking weird. Like, who raised y'all? Sensitive asses. Jesus. I feel like zombie apocalypse happened. We got to rescue their ass. Come with me, sir. Come with me so I can save you from these people who eat other people. Because you just standing over here just yelling. Ah, somebody help me. I'm like, chill. It's always something. Say it again. Soft like table butter. I'm sick of it. It's like, goodness. I get it. Y'all upset. You mad. I'd be mad too. Because I want out of that trailer. The walls are thin. But that's not the reality of what we're talking about. Chill out, y'all. Jesus. But Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. I just want y'all to know. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. Listen, I thank y'all for joining me today. Look, every time I say I'm wrapping it up, I see somebody pop up in them comments. And I just have to riff on them. I have to. Don't forget to check out the new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about who raised you, like who raised us, and an exploration into that, okay? I think that you'll enjoy that episode, all right? Don't forget, if you like this conversation today and you want to get to unfiltered conversation, because it's a whole lot I can't say on Patreon, check out my the link in my bio, Straight Facts No Filter. Go to my website and meet us over on Patreon. And those of you who are members of Patreon, listen to that audio note I did about Israel and tell me what y'all think about that. What do y'all think about that? Because I just had some opinions on that you can't share on this platform because they will give you the business otherwise. But thank you all so much. Look, we got 101,000 likes. Uh-oh, and I'm getting a low battery on my other system. Oh, because I forgot to plug it up. Duh. I'll make sure to plug it up. But I love you guys. I want to say, don't forget, I'll be online tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want everybody to have a wonderful and beautiful evening. Make sure you stay safe this evening. Before I wrap up, I want to give a shout out to my top 5 gifters. I love you too. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Just know that. Number 1, beautiful storyteller. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful Clara. Number 3, beautiful Miss Sips T. Thank you, beautiful. Number 4, beautiful JK. Number 5, beautiful Kimmy. And a special shout out to Miss Beautiful Trail. Thank you so much, Trail. And Trail, I'm still saying kudos to you for that wonderful movie suggestion for August. That movie Run was awesome. I had never heard of that movie. Y'all, if you have not seen Run, RUN, you need to watch that movie. That was a great movie. Okay, check that out. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be here and I'll tell you like I always do. Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't feed the trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, everybody. Have a beautiful